Alright, so what I wanted to show you guys was how to create a diamond list of keywords that essentially are guaranteed to have the lowest ACoS and are going to be the most profitable keywords you can have in your Amazon PPC campaigns. And don't forget, if this is your first time watching one of my YouTube videos, consider subscribing to my channel and joining my private Facebook group so that way you never miss a new Amazon PPC training. So in order to find the list of highly profitable keywords, you're going to need to download your advertising reports. So once you download your reports, and you can download as far back as Amazon lets you, you're going to go ahead and click on Data, then Filter, and once you click on Filter, you're going to uncheck blanks. So you're only wanting to see keyword data that you actually have sales for. And again, this is really powerful because once you can see exactly where your ad spend is being allocated and where you're making the most money, you can then leverage that data and use it for profitable campaigns. And I think a lot of sellers skip this very crucial step in actually sifting through the data that they already have in order to make proper optimizations. And with Q4 already here, you need to lean up your campaigns a little bit more. You need to essentially tighten up the screws in order to stay profitable in this really competitive Q4. It's very competitive, but there are a lot of sales to be had. So just by making these minor tweaks, you'll do much better than sellers who aren't actually looking at their data. So here's what I wanted to show you, and here's what's really awesome about this. You see the option that says click-through rate? Well, when you click on that, you can actually organize it by lowest to highest first. So you can see here that the click-through rate is 100%, and remember, we're only showing keywords here that already have sales, okay? And here's what you're gonna learn about keywords with a high click-through rate. One, that they are extremely profitable, and two, impressions might be lower, but you're going to have the lowest ACoS. The correlation between high click-through rate and extremely low ACoS is not even questionable. It's a definitive fact that the higher the click-through rate, the lower your ACoS is going to be, which makes sense because a click-through rate is essentially a customer seeing your ad, they're resonating with the keyword or the placement that they're seeing your particular product, and they're buying your product right then and there. So the more people who are doing that for your particular product on a certain keyword or on a certain placement is telling you that that placement or keyword is working well. So right here you can see 100% click-through rate all the way up to, it gets real low. And so you can see that the 100% click-through rates, the ACoS is 1.40%. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. Look at how closely they are associated with each other. When you look at the click-through rate, right? They're practically the same, and the click-through rate's the same. And you're going to also see that the costs are generally low for high click-through rates because Amazon rewards your product in the ad auction with lower bids if more people are clicking on your ad and buying your product at that certain keyword or placement. So without getting too complicated, it's just the higher your click-through rate, the more money you're going to make. And so, but with that being said, so as you can see, look, 60%, the ACoS is even lower, right? Not even 1%, 3%. And it goes all the way to around, it goes essentially as low as possible, but what you're going to want to pay attention to is where your ACoS begins to taper off. So around the average click-through rate on Amazon is about 2%. So anything above 2% will generally have a low ACoS for you. But again, look at your stats and use that data to implement in your campaigns. So once you see, make a list of maybe 15 to 25 keywords that have the highest click-through rate and the lowest ACoS, and you'll call that campaign your diamond campaign. Now, one caveat to this, again, with Q4 already here, we're trying to make as many optimizations as possible to stay profitable and to keep your sales going steadily. One caveat will be, generally speaking, the keywords and placements that have a high click-through rate, above around 20% or more will also have low impressions. So though they're going to have less impressions, the sales you do make for these particular campaigns are going to be extremely profitable for you. So it makes sense to have this campaign always running in the back end. So you can see the impressions are right here, 1, 1, 1, all the way to 28, 30. Generally, if they're under 100 impressions a month, you're not going to make too many sales, but you're going to make a handful of sales still. So it's important that though sales volume is going to be low, you continually feed your diamond list with new keywords. So every single month, download your report, and you're going to have new placements and new keywords, and you're going to use those keywords and you're going to put them in your diamond campaign. So that way, over time, as the months go on, your diamond campaign is going to grow, and eventually you're going to have a ton of sales. You're going to have a ton of placements, making you extremely profitable keywords. But this is a long-term play. So this is not going to, change your business overnight, but over the long run, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months plus, you're going to really start to see your list of diamond keywords grow. And though they do, again, just to reiterate the point, they're going to have the lowest impressions, but they're going to be extremely profitable. So keep that in mind when you're making this campaign. You do need to feed new keywords to it, and it's going to have low impressions, but you're going to make the most amount of money. I mean, it's empirical evidence clearly showing that a high click-through rate is associated to a low ACoS, and you're going to make a ton of money if you follow this particular Amazon PPC strategy. If you want to learn how to optimize your Amazon PPC campaigns like 7- and 8-figure sellers, I have a series of videos that you're going to want to check out. So be sure to check out this next video coming up, so that way you can know definitively how to optimize your Amazon PPC campaigns. And of course, don't forget to join my private group, show some love, leave me a comment. I love to communicate with my audience. Let me know what you think of this content, so that way I can continually release more videos like this. I'll see you guys on the next video.